the spotlight is being shown on that part of the country. And they're beginning to get some notoriety, some recognition down there. I can't say it's all good. It's not all good yet. They have a long way to go. But guess what? It was worse than that before Katrina hit it. We just see the after effects. That stuff was going on before Katrina hit.
Come on. Amen. Come on.
Okay, I'm not supposed to go on there.
Amen.
This didn't just happen after Katrina. We're just seeing the aftermath of what was really going on there. And nobody wanted to show that. You saw the French Quarter and the nice places there. You didn't see those other places. It was all going on there. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Let me move. Calm down. Principle number, where are we from?
9. Principle number 9.
Please read.
The mind of God. The mind of God is the law of your life. One of the most fascinating things which you will ever learn is that this law, which exists at the center of your being, is creative. You use the same creativeness which brought the planets into being, the same creativeness which produced everything that is. The law of your life is the law of freedom, but you have used it as a law of bondage. You must now use it as a law of freedom. All individual minds, your own included, are different activities of the infinite mind. This mind of God is the law of your life. When you speak, it speaks within you.
I love this. I love this. Because the same power that God spoke in Genesis 1, where he said, let there be,
Light.
and it was,
Light.
and then after it was, he said it was good. That same creative power, that same force, that same energy is the same energy that you have to begin to bring things into creativeness, into creation in your own experience.
Jesus.
It's not any more, it's not any less. You have that same creative power. All the planets in the solar system that God spoke into being, can I tell you, that same power that created that is the same power that you have to create anything that you desire. The reason why you don't create it because you've used the law incorrectly. You've used it as bondage when you should have operated in the liberty of the law or in the freedom of the law. It says now you must use it as a law of freedom. Begin to operate in the law of freedom. What do you mean operate in the law of freedom? Begin to know that you can have what you say you can have. Do you think God ever doubted that when he said let there be that it would not be? Come on now. He had no second thought that when he said let separate the firmament from the waters, or the heavens from the waters, when he said let the earth bring forth herb yielding seed, when he said let the fish and the fowl in the air and the sea, and the birds of the air, when he said those things, he had no doubt that they would actually manifest and materialize. You know what our problem is in using the law of freedom? We doubt our own word. A word in doubt will never come to pass. You've already put the whammy on it. You've already limited it.
What does the book of James say? It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And it says, let not that man think he will receive anything from the Lord. And we thought that was like the Lord, like it's, I did too, right? No. Sort of like from the clouds, or, it's really from our own self.
Yes, Lord. You, Lord. You shall receive nothing from you, Lord.
From the law.
Yeah, from the Lord, absolutely. Amen.
Wow.
Are you getting something out of this chat room? It looks like are you getting something? And just say yes, 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 or whatever. All right. Let's move on. Principle number, where are we, Prophet?
10. Principle number 10. Your true self. But now, you are... Okay, principle number 10, your true self. You must discover your true self.
Okay, wait. Let's type that in the chat room. Don't go on. You must... No. Let's make this personal. It's a personal journey. I must discover my true self. I must discover my true self. Okay, let's put that in the room. Let's all fill the room up with that. You're making a public proclamation here. You're allowing yourself now to be free is what you're doing. All right, Prophet Fitzroy, while they're typing, go ahead and tell us about our true self.
But now you are wise, and you know they have no such authority. You see them to be exactly what they are, false impressions claiming to be the truth. They are traitors to your true self, false representatives of the divinity within you. They are a misuse of your law of freedom. But you will cast them out. You will say to them, I no longer accept you. Be gone. And because they are only thoughts, they will evaporate.
Oh my God.
You've given your thoughts too much power in the wrong direction.
Jesus.
Your thoughts. Because they're only thoughts. Whatever you say to them, it has to respond. So all you have to do is just rethink, as we talked before, reverse it. Or simply say, thought be gone. That's canceling out that thought. That's how you begin to discover your true self. All these negative things you have running around, that's not the truth of you. That's another. You can't allow that to rest, rule, and reign in your mortal body, in your mind, in your kingdom. Yes. You got to allow only truth to reside there, to live there. Jesus. And as you begin to renounce thoughts that are not wholesome, then you'll begin to come into the law of freedom for yourself. Yes, prophetess, anyone? Okay, principle number 11, bondage versus freedom. Principle 11, we are bound by the cords of freedom.
We know that even in reality, there is an action and reaction, which, by the way, the very law of freedom could temporarily blind us until we knew the difference between bondage and freedom. Because...
Okay, once you go back, start that again.
We know that even in reality, there is an action and reaction, which by the very law of freedom could temporarily bind us until we knew the difference between bondage and freedom. Because if it couldn't, we wouldn't be free. We are bound by the cords of freedom. Paradoxically, as it sounds, if we weren't, we would be bound.
So type that in the chat room. Won't you type that? But make it personal. I am bound by the cords of freedom. Can we go back to the prodigal son? He was bound by the cord of freedom. Put an S on that. I forgot to put an S there. By the cords of freedom. Because if he wasn't, he couldn't have come to himself. It was in him. Can I tell you that freedom sits on the inside of you waiting for you to release it? That cord is there. The only thing that can sever that cord is you. But you always have the power to make it one again, or to hold on to grab hold of it. To operate in the freedom that resides on the inside of you. That potential that resides on the inside of you.
Wow. So the decision is up to us, Prophet Kelly?
Absolutely.
So no wonder I would say then that the narrow thread of success and failure can only be cut by the scissors of your decision.
That's good. We'll take that. Now, if you say that slow, we can type it. Go ahead and say that again, Prophet Fitzgerald. Why don't you say it slow so we can type it?
The narrow thread.
The narrow thread.
Thread.
Thread or tread?
Thread.
Thread, I'm sorry.
Excellent.
The narrow thread,
Between success and failure.
Between success and failure.
Can only be cut.
Can only be cut.
By the scissors of your decision.
By the scissors of your decision. I like that. That's good. The narrow thread between success and failure can only be cut by the scissors of your decision. I can't cut them. No, only you can cut them. Wow. Aren't you glad about that? That means that nobody can stop you from being a success or a failure. You do it to yourself.
That's right.
Nobody can make you a success or a failure. You do it to yourself. I like that. That's good. You might want to copy that someplace. You're going to need that one. Yes, Prophet.
And something I know, most of our parents told us that we define our own success.
Yes.
That's important for us to remember, because sometimes we can look at someone else and say, oh, they're so successful.